This is the clutch basket from my Gilera 150 Sport 1956. As you can see, the sprocket is in pretty poor condition. It's actually been wearing the chain, or the chain's been wearing the sprocket, and it's actually rubbing on the rivets which hold it to the basket of the clutch. So what I intend to do is to try and fit one of these new sprockets in. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. They're both 18 tooth, and as you can see, a modern bike is quite easy just to slip on a new sprocket with the spline centers they have, but this old Gilera needs to be riveted on, and the chances of finding the complete assembly are pretty remote. So first off, I'm going to cut off the teeth with a angle grinder and then fit it in the lathe somehow. This is the result of cutting the teeth off. As expected, the steel is very hard, so I hope I can make some sort of impression on the lathe, cutting it off and trying to fit a new sprocket there. I also need to machine out the center of the sprocket, whichever one I'm going to use. This one is slightly larger hole through the center, but I've got to get rid of those teeth in there, so I'm going to have to make up a mandrel to turn it up on the lathe. I've turned the mandrel to size now, so I can slip the clutch basket on here. I've left the last bit of the turning a bit oversized so that it'll tighten down, I hope. Screw in this 10mm bolt now, and then that should give me access to machine off the remains of the sprocket. Let's hope so anyway. Well, I had no luck in trying to machine off the rear of the sprocket using conventional carbide tip tools. It's so hard. So what I've done is I've rigged up this angle grinder, mounted that onto the tool post, and we're going to try see if we can grind it off. I've covered all the lathe slides and things up with old towels to try and protect them. So here we go, see what happens. Well, as expected, it set fire to the old oily soaked towels that I'm using to cover the lathe, so I need to think of something else. Well, that's the finished result. It's pretty hard work. I had better success with the cutting wheel, making some thin slots in it, and then finishing off with the grinder. Finished grinding the clutch now, but now I've got to find some way of grinding out the centre of that sprocket, so that it'll slide over the spigot of the bearing, which goes out into the oil seal. Exceptionally hard sprocket as well, I've got to try and cut.